Welcome, podcast listeners. You are here with your host, Mr Budget Pedal Chap. It is episode number 174 of the Fret Talk podcast. You are joined this week by Mr Matt Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Well, hey. So,
Woo!
This is a podcast. This is a particularly special podcast, just because I like doing these ones. I'm just grabbing my phone. Because in fact, I was tempted to sack off the podcast because I want to do some Pokemon raids this week. Because we've got regional exclusives going on, which you've never been able to do the regional exclusive 5 stars before. But now they've introduced remote raid passes. You can do. I feel like we've gone on a tangent here, Matt. Already.
I mean, you say we.
Yeah, it was very much an orchestrated tangent. But just for you in the know, just know that I'm sidestepping an Uxie raid today to be able to be on this cast. So that is the dedication that I'm bringing to the Fret Talk podcast.
He says, as he's just said, I'm just grabbing my phone.
Yeah, I mean, you might see like a point during this podcast where I am a little bit quiet for around 2.5 minutes, maybe 3, depending on how many people we get in a raid. But just don't mind me. You cast around me. It's fine.
I'll try and vamp.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just be like, and Matt, what do you think? There weren't a question. It's like that moment where you're with your partner, and they go, "Oh, what you thinking?" I
wasn't thinking anything, but now you're making me think things I shouldn't think.
Yeah,
because I'm panicking that I shouldn't be thinking some things that I shouldn't be thinking.
That's it. I was thinking how well I'd do in a fight against a shark, but I'm afraid to say that because that makes me sound mental, and thus the inner workings of a man brain.
Yeah,
yeah, we're fucking stupid, and we do stupid things as well, like
Never.
Me and my brother. More often than we should, we play a game where we throw stuff, like general stuff. Usually, like when I'm or back when we could see each other, and we'd hang out at my mum's house. We'd throw like general toys that the kids are playing with. We'd throw them at each other's nuts.
Because you're giant children yourselves.
Yeah, like standard. Like my mum, bless her heart, like despairs, saying like you're teaching your children a bad example, and we're like, shit, like they're boys, they will do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna do it whether we teach it to them or not. Because if we don't, they'll learn it at school. Well,
that's it. I mean, like it's something wired into like the male brain. Like my son, it's stacked up like a series of like blocks. He'd made like a tower to see how high he could get it without it falling over, like just like standard kind of building blocks. And then after he'd done that, and he'd got like a stable tower, he was seeing like if he could tiptoe over it, like over the thingy without like hitting it. It's like that is like pure stupidity. That is the road to a bad time. I didn't teach him how to do that. That is just standard stupidity, and that's what men bring to the table. So
I can't argue with that.
Yeah. So what were we talking about, Matt? Like this is not.
Have we done the intro yet?
I think we have. Yeah, I think we have. Let's kind of wrangle it onto some actual kind of guitar-y talk. Matt, what you been up to this week?
I've done 2 gigs since our last podcast.
May I be the unified voice of the people here in saying, "You bastard." No, we are all happy for you in a kind of like 80-20 split.
Well, like I feel like it might not be for too much longer. Like I've got gigs lined up over Christmas and January, but obviously university students are coming back to the island for Christmas.
Oh, those
and
bastards.
Whilst they have to isolate for 14 days, and so do their households. Like we've already had one case where it's technically not a community case because they know where it came from. But it wasn't somebody returning. It's somebody's returned and then given it to somebody else, and they're saying, "Oh, it's not a community case. It's a cluster of cases." But this cluster's been going on for 3 weeks now, and there's like 7 different people. So like it's all but back here. Luckily, it seems like it's transferred in house rather than like in the shops or anything.
Yeah.
So it's all people who are linked to the person who returned, but it's only a matter of time before we get it, and then whether they close the pubs immediately or what's not, like. So I'm just trying to make the most of it at the moment. So yeah, like I say, a couple of gigs over the last couple of weeks. I think I've got a week or 2 off, and then I've basically got gigs every weekend over December and half of January.
I mean, that's promising, and I really do hope that it is just that cluster, and then that cluster gets contained. And
yeah, I mean, we've basically are planning for the worst, because obviously it's not fair. Like, bearing in mind we don't have anything in the community, or we're saying that we don't. It's not really fair to say to people that they can't see their families over Christmas if there's nothing going on over here.
Yeah.
So, like, they are allowing people to have people come home for Christmas. They can isolate for 14 days and then go back to university, like, or go out into the community and then go back to university whenever, or that kind of thing. So we've just kind of got to like prepare for the worst and hope that it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so gigging for the moment, and hopefully that will continue. But yeah, really good time. We had a couple of cracking gigs. One of them up north on a Saturday night, where just sort of like it's one of those weird places where it's busy in the middle of the night rather than at the end of your set, because people move on from there and then they go and catch the last bus to another town. So like it was weird. Like we stacked the kind of middle of the second set and then had the last like 15 songs as kind of like to a smaller group of people, because everyone had kind of moved on. But it was one of those nights where yeah, like people are in to have fun until a certain time, and they've got to go and catch a bus to get to the next town or whatever. So bit weird like that, but yeah, still good. Really enjoyed it. Really good crowd whilst they were there, and yeah, just had lots of fun. And then we played a venue over here called Quids for the first time this Friday just gone, which I've shared a load of footage. So if you're friends with me on Facebook and you've seen like 8 or 9 videos shared by me of just me spamming my new band, I'm really sorry, but at the same time, I'm actually quite proud of most of the like. It's all phone footage, so there's a couple of them where like the mic is peaked out
just
for
blowing up,
30 seconds, but like yeah, like any of the ones where you can actually hear what's going on, it sounds, well, I think it sounds quite good, and like yeah, it's not often I get to see myself playing lead, and a lot of footage that people share of us is just like in the middle of a song when they're all singing along. You tend to be playing lead then, but yeah, like this was like the guy who runs the pub basically was filming songs from start to finish. So I think there's 7 songs that have been filmed start to finish that were shared, and yeah, it was a cracking venue. The guy who runs the pub was like lovely about it, like really wants us to come back and play again, was constantly sharing. He was like messaging some of his friends that sometimes come out and say, no, you've got to come down tonight and see this band. Like he was really passionate about this, and yeah, we've been booked in for a cancellation slot next year, because he's already booked the first half of next year, but he's like, right, we've got a cancellation on this date, can you do it?
Good man.
So yeah,
good man.
Got stuff coming in, but just had a great night. Like the crowd on that Friday night, there was a crowd of people who wanted to listen to music rather than just get up and dance. So we could play the bluesy numbers that we've got in the set, and people would go nuts for it. So like, I'd do a version of Red House, which is like a hybrid Gary Moore and Jimi Hendrix one, because I do a lot of the fast licks from the Gary Moore version, just like, you know, the overblown, just full on raucous. Yeah.
Yes.
Shreddy blues. So yeah, I do a bit of that. And like, we ended the set, and like we were halfway through the first set, and people were shouting for Freebird, and we were like, we're not doing it in the middle of the first set.
Yeah, no, fuck off. You can wait. You can wait to the end. If you stick it out, then maybe. Yeah,
and then like we got to the end of the set, and we played Freebird, and obviously because we'd said, oh yeah, we'll do it when people were shouting it out. The owner was saying that he was sitting on a table with a few people, and like, I'm not sure, not many people can do Freebird. And anybody can do Freebird if they think about it. But yeah, everybody was really impressed. And I had one guy come over to me as we were packing up, and he said, I watched Davey Knowles do that with the original Backdoor Slam about 15, 20 years ago. Like he was fairly drunk, so I'm taking it with a pinch of salt. But he then said, and you did it as well as he did, and that's just made my life.
Yes.
Somebody's compared me to basically the guy who inspired me to, like I was 50-50 whether I was going to stick with the guitar, saw a Davey Knowles concert, decided to stick around with it, and somebody's just compared me to my playing to his, so yeah, like, life is complete.
It'd be a really awkward podcast if you hadn't continued on with the guitar.
Just some random bloke talking. I don't know what they took. What's a pedal?
We'd end up just talking about the nutball game again. Just devolve into that.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I caught a couple of the. Well, I caught one of the videos. I saw some of them, but then I managed to like listen to the one where you were doing the Fleetwood Mac tune.
Yeah,
go your own way. Yeah, go your own way. Yeah, why couldn't I remember that? And like I said to you before the cast started, even though it was phone footage, which usually is like even if the phone's not like the mic isn't blowing up, it's usually not a fantastic mix in a phone because it's usually weighted towards one of the instruments because you're standing closer to whatever. But the mix was pretty much bang on. I could hear all the individual instruments. So you got the like the levels right as well. So it was fantastic. I put a face to a name with multiple things that we've spoken about on this cast. Like first one being like Lorcan.
Yeah.
Like never have I met a person called Lorcan, so I could put a like an actual face to that name. But more importantly, I put a face to the name of his guitar as well, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, it's a gorgeous Strat, that.
It is, yeah. It definitely does the job, doesn't it?
Yeah, perfect for the job. I'm glad we pointed him in that direction.
That's it. Good man.
Although the week before, actually, he snapped a string on that, and then he played my vintage Les Paul, and now he's thinking about in the future possibly having a Les Paul because he rather enjoyed that as well.
I mean, to be fair, like if you have one of each, then you're sorted, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes, sorted. Yeah. To be fair, you need a Strat, a Les Paul, and a telly. So, I mean,
minimum.
Yeah.
Long term, yeah.
If we're talking like end goal, I say end goal, and I'm looking over at a rack full of things that are more than just a Strat, a Les Paul, and a telly. So.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my own like preview picture in the corner. I'm going SG, double humbucker Strat, and then I'm going, well, that's double humbucker telly behind me. Oh, that's a 12 string. Yeah. There's a mandolin above your head.
It's a light bulb, Matt. It's a light bulb. Way perspective. Yeah, I mean, I was playing some rather tasty blues on an Ibanez before this this chat. So yeah, and I accidentally came up with a lick that transitions between the 4 and the 1 chord in the blues progression using diminished arpeggios. I sometimes I don't like myself when I play guitar. Yeah, it had to happen.
You don't find diminished arpeggios in a pentatonic scale. Just stick to the pentatonic.
Yeah, I mean, it started there. It started kind of yeah, I mean, I was trying to do some kind of like horn inspired like chromaticism, like mixed with kind of like outlining chord arpeggios and chromaticism, because funnily enough, I was listening to a bit of like Dizzy Gillespie last week.
Okay.
Don't know why. Something funny came over me. But I was digging a couple of those lines. And then I ventured down a bit of Miles Davis and a bit of who else was that? Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. Like I fell down a slight jazzy rabbit hole. And I thought I'd try some jazz. Incredibly hard. Like don't attempt it, kids. Don't do it. Just don't. But yeah, like
isn't jazz just playing out of key?
No, it's like it's knowing music theory to a point where you're almost, do you know, like those like really nerdy guys like who are like incredibly, I mean, you get guys and girls. Let's not kind of pigeonhole it as a male thing, but you tend to see it more in blokes where like get really nerdy people who are like super specific about a subject. It's like that with music, jazz is, as far as I understand it anyway. And like,
well, it just sounds like people playing out of key and off tempo to me. Yeah,
there's a lot of that. Yeah, if you go back to like kind of the earlier stuff, there's a lot of like outlining chord, like the chords with arpeggios, but then like chromatic movement between like this chord and the next chord, and like tying them all together with quote unquote melody.
I'm glad you put those quotes in.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some really interesting stuff there. Like I'm never ever going to be anything that far gone. But like taking little bits of inspiration from it and kind of trying to be able to feel out chords and feel out the chord changes and outline them using dad blues. I wanted to be less limited, so I gave that a bit of a go. And ended up with diminished arpeggio runs. So, I mean, I was shooting for jazz and kind of got metal. So, like, yeah. Go figure.
That's all jazz is. It's just metal, isn't it? Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
Jazz is metal.
Yeah. Metal is derived completely from jazz. I think those are the famous quotes. I think. So, like someone said that, Jimi Hendrix probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was George Harrison, mate.
Yeah. George Harrison says, yeah, metal. It's all jazz. It's all jazz. Anyway, I suppose I should probably talk about kind of my endeavours of this week. When this cast releases, it won't be this week. But like the most recent thing that I've done in terms of this podcast. So we're podcasting on a Wednesday. The last Friday's No Talk or Tone featured a very special pedal. It was very special for a couple of reasons. Number one, that pedal was it wasn't mine. It belongs to you, Matt.
It was mine.
It was yours.
Hello.
Yeah. You sent it to me, which was very kind of you. Second reason why it was very special is because it was made from one of our Patreon backers, Mr. Doug Christ of 37FX. There you go. You get an extra shout out this week, Doug. Who subsequently I happen to be listening to in my ears on the way to work because he does a podcast about movies called Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and I've caught the first. Well, the first episode is kind of like an intro episode. Like the first two regular episodes are like a podcast about Goodfellas, a film that I watched passively once, maybe. And after listening to that podcast, I'm like, yeah, I'm set on this. I'm going to watch that film. I'm literally about 3/4 of the way through their second one, which is about Ghostbusters. Again, a film that I've seen a couple of times. Don't really remember all that well. It was something that I watched when I was very, very young, and I may have picked it up once or twice in my adult years. And I'm like, that shit sounds like an absolute hoot. I'm going to watch that. So, yep. I blame you guys for a lack of productivity over the next couple of weeks, because I'm going to be watching films. But side tangent aside, Doug makes pedals, and he makes a lovely little guy with a fat coat. Fat guy, little coat. Sorry, lovely little fat. I imagine the guy's little because he's in a tiny enclosure. Maybe that's why the coat's little. I don't know.
Quite possibly.
Yeah. Either way, fat tones, little pedal. There you go. That's my summation of the fat guy, little coat. So it's essentially it's a colour sound inspired with Doug's extra special tweaks done to it, adding a little bit of flavour into that sauce, and you essentially get one knob, which is the best kind of pedal because you can't fuck up that tone, can you?
No. Do you want less or do you want more?
That's it. Well, it's just, do you want loud? Like, how loud would you like this? There you go. This is your sound, and I like that in a pedal. It's like unashamedly, this is your sound. You are getting this in the pedal, so I like that. I found it was really, really, really responsive to the volume control, as any good fuzz would be. But this one really, I almost preferred rolling the volume back, maybe just a notch or two, to get like a crunchy overdrive tone to it. I really dug that. I really, really, really found that inspiring.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, because what I usually do before I actually record the no talk or tone, because it's all done in one take, pretty much, unless there's any like monumental screw ups that I do, which doesn't happen too often. Tooting my own horn there. There was just a car horn as well then.
I heard it.
That's fantastic.
Came through this end. I hope it comes through on your audio.
Yeah, that
I'm
brilliant.
not sure that directional mic might pick that up.
No, but just so you know, listener, there was a car horn. Then, yeah, it's brilliant. You can't make that shit up, can you? Yeah. So, what I usually do before I record the no talk or tones, I'll either, like the day of the recording, I'll give it like a quick 15-minute blast to kind of find the sounds that I want to highlight. With this one, obviously, one knob. I didn't necessarily need to do that, but the night before I plugged it in, and I ended up spending about an hour and a half just working that volume control and the tone control, and just having a good time.
Yeah. I can imagine. Like I say, when I first got it just kind of lost a few hours.
Yeah, I completely agree with it. And I think, currently at this moment, I know that he's doing a sale on them, isn't he? He's doing a 25% off. But I don't know if that's going to be out still happening by the time that this podcast is live. So worth a check. Check out. I think it's 30 the word 7 the number and then FX, and that's at Instagram, and that's where he sells his pedals. So just check if you were interested in one, which there's no reason why you shouldn't be. It classes as a budget pedal. It is under £100. If you want to check that out, go see Doug on Instagram, and obviously check out his podcast as well. Like, it's making me want to watch movies, and I'm not entirely a massive movie guy. So there you go. They're an inspiring lot. So that's 2 weeks ago from when this cast comes out. I haven't recorded the one for this week, so I don't know what it is. I'm looking around and I'm thinking, no, I've done that. Don't want to do that. Done that. I don't know what I'm going to do this week. It might be the Helix Phaser. It might be. I might have a go at the Joyo Aquarius. One of those two. It's like it's essentially like their take on the TC Flashback. So it's like a delay. I've been scared to do it because it's got so many settings. But I think I've worked out a way around that. So if it is out this Friday, you'll find out. If not, then I bottled it. So we'll find out. It's got to be neither of those. It's not going to be the Helix or the Aquarius, and I'll find some other one knob pedal that I've just got lying about. Who knows? But yeah, that's that. And then this week was a pretty massive week for the Helix. So
3.
Yes, 3. Ever since I bought the Helix, I joined a couple of like Helix owners groups on Facebook, and ever since then, maybe like once every week, once every 2 weeks, if it's been a slow week, there'll be someone post up any news on when Helix 3.0 is out yet, and I'm just like, no. And that's been going on ever since I've owned it, so almost a year now. I owned it at the start of the year, didn't I? Actually, so it's not quite a full year, but definitely over 6 months of just people going, when's 3.0 out yet? Does anyone know when you can get 8 blocks on your Helix? And and all of this, yeah, that, and without warning, it just dropped one day last week. So as we mentioned, it now allows 8 blocks of things rather than 6, that's wonderful. I've been utilising that. But one of the things as well, it's dumped in an acoustic simulator, which is based on the Boss AC2. Which, yeah, they're a thing. So I thought, what better way to celebrate the Helix 3.0 release than to pit the acoustic simulator modelled through the Helix that is modelled through a pedal. Pit that against the acoustic sounds in the Variax. And that is coming out literally in 2 days. The AC2 modeler is noisy. It's got a hiss to it, and I think Line 6 have like modelled that to a fault. So I imagine that is what the original pedal sounded like, and they literally just modelled it exactly. And the Variax one, as you can probably attest for, Matt, there's no audible artifacts with that. It's just modelling, and it's quite good modelling as well. It sounds it sounds rather natural. It sounds like a mic'd acoustic, whereas the AC2, it sounds like like when you plug an acoustic into a PA through like piezo pickup.
Yes.
So we've all heard this like at venues where someone comes, like there's a singer songwriter there, and he or she's got like an acoustic guitar that's just got like a jack input. They plug it directly in, and you get this kind of like thin, like really hollow sounding, like really toppy string sound. And this pedal absolutely nails that. It's like a perfect representation of that. But that's not what an acoustic sounds like. So, like, it's a brilliant acoustic sounding sim, because it sounds like what your acoustic would sound like in that venue. But the Variax is leagues ahead. Like in my opinion, like some people might really like that sound. Like there's a certain Joe Bonamassa album. I think it might be live from the Royal Albert Hall.
Okay.
And he's got that like acoustic through a PA sound, like for a couple of tunes, like High Water Everywhere. And he does like this massive like acoustic intro where he's like essentially just shredding the shit out of an acoustic. But it's all through this kind of like piezo sounding acoustic pickup. So it sounds like that. So if you want to recreate certain sounds and you wanted to get that really weird Joe Bonamassa Albert Hall acoustic tone, I'd go for the AC over the Variax. But if you want to have the sound of an acoustic, like what you'd put in a mix, like an acoustic mic'd up, Variax can't be beat for me.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right there.
And it's the first time I've done that on Stomp v Stomp. Like usually it's been like a pedal versus the Helix, whereas this has been a guitar versus the Helix. I don't think I'll be able to do that again.
Probably not, but like, yeah, like I've had the Boss AC series, the pedal acoustic, which I would describe as fine if you need it for 2 parts of a song and everything else you're playing is electric and you don't want to drag an acoustic to a gig.
Yeah.
Whereas the Variax I would describe as if you want to do 10 songs on the acoustic but you don't want to faff around with having an acoustic preamp and your acoustic, and you just want 1 or 2 guitars on stage. Most of your set is electric, but you want to play a few acoustic. Quite happily use your acoustic sounds in the Variax. They are good enough for that. Not quite perfect, but so close to it that it doesn't really matter unless you're doing if you're doing an entire set on an acoustic, then probably bring an acoustic. But other than that,
oh yeah, I'd still opt for the Variax, but that's because of my fingers don't want to deal with acoustic strings. But
I play fairly light on my acoustic. Like, in fact, I play as light as a lot of play. I play 10s on my acoustic.
Okay, I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah, I think mine 10 to 4. In fact, I've got a set here. 2 seconds. Just to knock some shit open.
It's all right. Lee does it all the time on the podcast. Feel free,
Here we go. Extra light, 10 to 47.
It's 10 to 47? That's mental.
That's what I play on my acoustics.
Because, like, electric 10s go 10 to 46. So, is that 0.1? Like 0.01 of a inch, is it? Is that...
Yeah.
is that really necessary? Like,
I don't know. The strings are 0.010, 0.014, 0.023, 0.030, 0.039, and 0.047.
That's really, really close. But they're obviously going to be like the phosphor bronze rather than nickel. I assume
yes,
so. Yeah.
80-20 bronze.
There you go. Oh, man. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that was an option. I would probably play an acoustic if it had 10.
Don't get me wrong, still really tough to play, like tougher than an electric. Like they fight you more.
Yeah.
Because of the makeup of the strings, and obviously the design of the acoustic guitar is for you not to do like two-tone bends.
We'll see about that acoustic. We'll see. Yeah. I mean, I would likely be a little bit more inclined to, and which is why I didn't then do like a three-way. I didn't do a three-way versus against a real acoustic as well, because I just simply don't have one. Because I don't like them. But I didn't know tens on an acoustic existed. I thought that the lowest you could go was 11, and I weren't ready for that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it does say ultra light.
Yeah.
Extra light, not ultra. Maybe they do 9s.
If they do 9s, I'm sold. No, I'm still not. If I've got the money to buy a decent acoustic, I'm buying an electric. And that is that. I can't even see the time that we're on because I, like an idiot, I put the
39 minutes since we clicked the button.
Okay, so we're talking a good chunk. So rather than pontificate on our own stuff, fuck it, we're doing the pedal weed mind's eye. We're doing that straight away. So let's get ready for it. Are you ready, Matt?
I am ready.
Cool. So it's a return of the pedal weed mind's eye. So for those who are unaware, for any newer listeners, we've got three choices. One will be a guitar pedal. One will be the name of a strain of marijuana. And the third one will be from my mind's eye. So, we're going to start off. We've got Clean Glass. We've got Super Moon. And we have got Alien Dream. So we've got Clean Glass, Super Moon, and Alien Dream.
Alien Dream is going to be the weed.
Okay.
Clean Glass is going to be the pedal.
Okay.
And Super Moon is the mind's eye.
You were this close, Matt. You were this close. So you got 1 out of 3 there. You honed in on that weed straight away. You are channeling your inner Ayrton there. And it paid off. Alien Dream is the weed. Super Moon is the mind's eye. Is the pedal, and that's by Mr Black. And Clean Glass is from my mind's eye. I was watching a Simpsons episode, and Mo made a big deal of someone asking for a clean glass.
Okay.
There you go.
I was 50-50 between the two, and I was just like, Clean Glass is normal enough for them to try and throw me, and Super Moon is a thing that they talk about in the news, and I don't know what the fucking moon cycle is on. It might have been on the news today, so.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, you took up on it. Didn't pay off this time, but it will next. And Clean Glass could easily be like a light drive or a compressor. There's so many connotations for that. So I mean, if we've learned anything from that, Clean Glass is a fantastic name, and someone should take that. Are we talking like Tate or Doug? There you go. Nudge, nudge. I'm not even asking for royalties here. The Simpsons might. Right, so second one. Giggity. Hogan 2, Big Bamboo. So Giggity, Hogan 2, Big Bamboo.
That's really tough.
I mean,
because straight away I was going, "Oh, Giggity's is Mind's Eye," but at the same time, it could be either a pedal or a Wii.
Yep.
So Giggity, Hogan 2, and
Big Bamboo.
Big Bamboo. I'm gonna go for Hogan 2 is the type of weed.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go for Big Bamboo is the pedal. I'm sticking with my gut. Giggity is from your Mind's Eye.
Okay. I mean, to be honest, I probably would have bet on that myself. The Giggity is a preamp from Voodoo Labs.
Of course it is.
Why would it not be? Big Bamboo is the weed, and Hogan 2 is from my Mind's Eye. There was an advert for Crocodile Dundee 2 on television featuring Paul Hogan. Hogan 2. So that was not a great round there. But
I got the weed.
You didn't?
Did I not?
No.
What did I say the weed was? I thought. Oh no, I said
Hogan
the weed
2.
was Hogan 2, didn't I? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get the weed. No, I got nothing.
Right. Okay. We can do this. We can do this, Matt. We can do this. Right. Moby Dick, Greasy Spoon, Blue Boy. So Moby Dick, Greasy Spoon, Blue Boy.
You see, I feel like I've seen two of these as a pedal, so I'm clearly mixing them up with something.
I mean,
at least one of them.
I didn't check that either the weed or the Mind's Eye weren't a pedal. But they weren't a pedal that I looked for today. So.
Okay. So, I think Moby Dick is a pedal.
Mm-hmm.
What were the other two?
Greasy Spoon and Blue Boy.
I'm going to say Greasy Spoon is the weed and Blue Boy is the Mind's Eye.
Oh, we've got.
Even though I feel like the Blue Boy is a pedal, but I'm going for Mind's Eye.
No, we've got a NOFA again. We've got a NOFA. The Blue Boy was a pedal. The Blue Boy was an MI Audio pedal. MI Audio, obviously, more famous for the Crunch Box.
Yeah.
Moby Dick was the weed.
Yeah.
Greasy Spoon was simply plucked out of my ass. I've got a greasy spoon in my ass. Oh dear.
I mean, at least the grease would have helped to get up there without being too painful.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, if it was a dry spoon, no one's having a good time there. Right, this is the final one. Matt, you can do this. I believe in you. You can. Like, we started off decent and then
fell off.
Yeah. We can do this. Right, so chicken nuggets, whip, donk. Chicken nuggets, whip, donk.
I don't know. Donk is a great name for a pedal if it's not already, but it's also quite a good name for a weed.
I mean, that is how this game works, pretty much.
It is, but
we learned that weed and pedals are almost interchangeable.
Donk, whip, quip,
whip, like Cool Whip.
Okay, whip.
Whip. Yeah, whip.
And yeah, chicken nuggets. Are they really gonna call? I mean, I'm gonna probably out myself as an absolute idiot here. I'm going chicken nuggets for the pedal. Mm-hmm. Whip is your Mind's Eye, and donk is the weed.
You got a one, Matt. You got a one. I mean,
small victories.
That's it. Yeah. So donk is the weed, which again, That would be an amazing pedal name. So yeah. Why is it not a pedal? It might be. To be fair, a lot of the weeds might already be pedals. A lot of the pedals might already be weeds. That's it. Yeah, and chicken nuggets could also have been weeds. Chicken nuggets was just a random exclamation from my missus, who helped me out writing the quiz today. She just I was looking quizzically into the distance, and she just said chicken nuggets. And I went, what?
What?
She went, you look like you needed some inspiration. And so...
So you took it as inspiration?
Yeah, I took it for face value as inspiration. Yeah, and the whip is from Hotone, or Hot One. Definitely not Hot Tone, because there'd be two T's, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one T. Learn to spell, you silly Chinese people.
That's it. Are they Chinese? They've got to be, haven't they? They've got to be. They've got to be.
Have I just accidentally outed myself as a xenophobe? I just assumed they were Chinese.
Yeah. Just some accidental racism. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I've got one kicking about here somewhere. It'll have the country of manufacture. It won't have the country of like the company, maybe. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't care, to be fair. So yeah, that was that. We're a bit rusty on that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Need to hone in your skills. But again, like you said, you weren't going to do so well on it today because you've kind of got used to how my mind works. But I threw in a couple from my missus today, so
yeah.
Like she sourced one of the pedals. She sourced the Giggity, and like she knows me well, bless her. And she just threw chicken nuggets at me. So, oh man, that sounds delicious. Just been thrown nuggets at. We've got some news. Let's do a bit of news. I reckon we only do one because it's probably we're probably coming up to the hour anyway. So we'll do it. We'll extend it a little bit. It's got to be a little bit of a news discussion. So a couple of weeks ago, in fact, actually, I think it was last week. The Brad Paisley Esquire was showcased. If we cast our minds back, I think to about this point last year, I think we had the Brad Paisley Telecaster, which was like a silver sparkle, road worn Telecaster with a Paisley, like black and silver Paisley patterned pickguard maple.
I think it's longer ago than you think. I think that might have been a 2018 product. You know.
You reckon?
I genuinely think that's 2018.
Right. Well, while I'm talking about this, see if you can pull up some info on when that was out. I remember us talking about it actually because it came out around the same time as the Monterey Jimi Hendrix Strat and the Ed O'Brien. And now I'm mentioning the Ed O'Brien, I'm certain that weren't last year. So yeah, so I reckon you're right. But they were all like made in Mexico, and they were all over $1,000, and we got our backs up against that. But yeah, so like let's have a look at the specs before we start ragging on it again. So it's essentially the same as before. Paisley finish, pickguard. Obviously, being an Esquire, it's a full pickguard.
No.
Black sparkle.
2017.
Yes, we've been doing this for a long time. Shit, man. It seems like that.
To be fair, I'm getting that date from a guy who's selling his second hand, but he said it's a 2017 Brad Paisley signature silver sparkle road worn.
Well, there you go.
And yeah, and now I'm seeing videos released in August 2017, August 2017, August 2017, July 2017, July 2017. It was 27. Wow, that's made me feel old.
Yeah, and that weren't even like the start of the podcast, was it? Like we'd been going a decent chunk of time before that happened. Yeah. So yeah, like the body on it. I don't think we mentioned this when we reported on it, but it's a really weird body. It's like spruce, Polonia, spruce, like sandwich. So it's got like a thin wedge of Polonia, and it like between two pieces of spruce. Designed to be really lightweight, like resonant as well, but designed to be lightweight. I assume because Brad Paisley's quite an extensively touring musician, and the lightness is a bonus feature. So it's got a 64 Tele custom wound bridge pickup, as was in the last one, I believe. The neck is like an enhanced V. And had we been like reporting on this in 2017, an enhanced V would have taken us over the edge, wouldn't it, man?
I was going to say that would have been like a 5-minute detour of just giggling.
It would, yeah, just yeah. I imagine that our old episodes are a bit like an audio version of Beavis and Butthead.
No, I'm not going to say. Yeah.
So an enhanced V. I mean that very much it screams to me of like those TV programs like the Wives of Orange County and stuff. That's what that phrase brings to me. I don't think I needed an enhanced V. I think just regular V is fine for me. Soft V. Hard V? Well, that'd be weird. Yeah. So yeah, it's like it's an enhanced V profile. It's got 22 jumbo frets. Medium jumbo frets. Standard fare for the last one. However, there's a secret surprise in this Esquire. One of the features that you expect from an Esquire is that it's a single pickup guitar. Correct? It's got a single bridge pickup.
Yeah.
They have like a tone control, like the switch affects the tone control and affects like where it works, and it can even cut the tone control completely out of the circuit. This one is not that. It's a pickup selector, because there's a neck pickup hidden underneath the pick guard.
What? Why? It's not an Esquire then, is it? It's a fucking telly.
Yeah, it is. That's the best kind of Esquire. So apparently, Seymour Duncan Custom Shop secret agent neck pickup. I assume it's like mega high output, but it's designed to be well far away from the strings, so that it then still works. Oh man, it's the ultimate in vanity, like having an Esquire that isn't an Esquire. It does, however, fix the problem that I have with Esquires, and that's kind of where the discussion comes in, because I want to know where we stand, like as individuals, and then as a podcast, where do we stand on Esquires? Because I'm being pulled in two very different directions with this. I like the concept of a single pickup guitar. Indeed. I
did it away from the microphone that's recording.
It's alright, we'll just get in stereo now. So I like the idea. Like I think like an SG Junior or a Les Paul Junior. I think I'm down with that. Like I think like 90 to 95% I'm down to clown with one of those. However, if you do it on a Telecaster, I mean, Tele bridge pickups aren't my favourite pickups as is anyway. But if you do it on a Telecaster, the other side of me is saying neck pickup's the best pickup on a Telecaster. So, like a Telecaster without a neck pickup, nah, you're right.
Like, I like. Don't get me wrong. I really like a neck Telecaster pickup, but if I am to think of the Telecaster that I currently use live, which is a classic Vibe, when I use it live, I do two songs. I do a Status Quo song and I do a Rolling Stones song, and both of them I exclusively use the bridge pickup because it's that kind of bright telly bridge pickup cutting through sound that makes the telly so unique. So realistically, I could get away with an Esquire, and actually I quite like the idea of an Esquire. I won't be getting an Esquire. I won't be taking the neck pickup out of this telly anytime soon. It's just the way that I use the telly.
Yeah, an Esquire would make sense.
Yeah, and I also again love the idea of just bridge pickup wired to output jack, fuck off any controls, and just hope that you don't get any feedback. To me, that's how a guitar should be. All of your volume manipulation should be not done with your hands. You're too busy playing with your hands. Leave the rest. Everything should just be awesome, and just go through things, and you just control it by changing your amp or changing your guitar, changing your pedals or moving knobs on pedals and stuff. Just the guitar just needs to go and then you've just got to control that.
I'm not even mad that clipped the. I'm happy. I'm fine. Yeah. I'm torn. You can tell because like I'm making weird squeaking sounds, but words aren't coming out.
I would almost go say that if you're doing a one pickup instrument, as a telly it should be a bridge pickup, but as a Les Paul it should be a neck pickup.
Oh, I'd go completely the opposite. I'd like a single pickup neck pickup Telecaster, but I'd think I'd be okay with a bridge pickup Les Paul.
Oh no, don't get me wrong, I'd be absolutely okay with a bridge pickup of a Les Paul, but I tend to find that when all I'm doing is playing lead and searching for that tone, it's always the neck pickup of a Les Paul. Always, like when you're just looking for that awesome, just listen to this guitar, you always go, yeah, the bridge is good, but if I just flick that one up, I just get this warm, just awesomeness, and then you can just kick in a bit of fuzz, just push it over the edge, and just yeah.
I just had a peek over to my my guitar rack, and almost every one of the guitars is flicked to the neck pickup. I don't think there's one that's I don't think there's one that's on the bridge at least anyway.
Bridge.
Yours are all bridges, aren't they?
Oh, that one's in the middle. That one is on bridge. Yeah, so bridge, and middle.
We live very different lives here, Matt. We live very different lives.
And 12-string acoustic.
Yeah, I'd even have that on the neck pickup. Don't know how, but I would. Yeah, so I think as much as I like the concept of it, I think I wouldn't be able to do it. I think if I did, because the classic Vibe Esquires have appealed to me. I think if I did buy one, I'd end up putting a neck pickup in it, which really defeats the point of having an Esquire.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like thinking about the Esquire again. What's the blade switch? I know it's different values for tone controls, but then you're getting into the uselessness of Jaguars and Jazzmasters where nobody uses those extra tones anyway. Just have a tone knob and a volume knob if you want to have any tone control over that pickup.
Yeah.
Don't faff around with a blade switch.
Yeah, so I think like one of them is all of the tone rolled off. I think one of them is both of the controls are active, and then one of them takes the tone control completely out of the circuit, which leads to a brighter sound. But I'm not entirely sure. I've not played an Esquire. I fear I might like it, and I like being like unconfirmed bias. But yeah, I don't know. I know that we've got a few listeners who will absolutely string me up for not completely siding with the Esquire.
Yeah, I'm sure we will, but I again, I'm 50-50 with it. Like, I don't get me wrong, I'd absolutely get along with one if I had one.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't necessarily choose to pick one up.
I think that's it. I think if for whatever happenstance I just chanced upon one, someone just gave me an Esquire, I think I'd be perfectly happy with it. But I don't think I'm going to go and buy one. I don't think I'm that happy with it. So there you go. That's probably a good place to end our podcast for today. What time are we looking? Are we over the hour mark? I bet we are.
We're 3 minutes over the hour mark. By the time we've done the outro, we're definitely going to be over the hour.
Job's a good one. Good job. We haven't mentioned Patreon backers yet, have we? We didn't do it. We
mentioned one of them.
We did. He can have another one for being such a good lad. And if you want to be one of the Patreon backers for as little as $2 a month, you can be. If you go patreon.com/FretTalk, you can check out our tiers. But not tiers as in the ones that you cry, because Patreon money makes us happy. That's a segue. So here are the people who back us on Patreon, and we give you massive applause. So we have got Andrew Bimson, we have got Mr. Adam Yeomans of Chef Tone Effects, we have got Doug Christ of 37 Effects and of the Masters of the Cinematic Universe podcast. We have got Joseph Richardson of Joseph Richardson Music and of Abstraction Band. We have got Hugh G. Rection. Every time. We have got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups. And we have got Brian Gurr of the Tone Jerks podcast. Those people, all fantastic in all of their endeavours. I saw a post from Andrew Bimson today. He actually posted in the Guitar Geeks Super Friends group. Possibly. His pedal board is expanding exponentially. And he's literally recently bought a TC Plethora, which I'm excited to hear his opinions on. But yeah, so
I mean, did you notice what the wording along with that post was for fuck's sake, I've forgotten how much I hate menus, because that's the reason I haven't got one.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm okay with menus. I'm really okay with it.
I just can't be asked. Like, you remember, like, a couple of months ago we talked about like Cab M was probably the best solution for an ampless rig for playing in one of the venues. Yeah, I've decided against going for the Cab M just because I can't be asked with menus, and everybody that I've seen a lot of people say it's a fantastic piece of kit, but there's a lot of messing around in menus or plugging it into your computer, and as much as that's great, I can't be asked. I just want to rock up to a gig and either not have to use my phone to control it or faff around with it. Yeah, I just want a pet, so I think I'll probably go with that. The Humdalt Simplifier. I think if you remember, I mentioned that at the time.
I do, and what an apt name! Like, it's just want it simple. Make it simple for me.
Don't want any menus. I just want buttons that tell me what they do and knobs that tell me what to do, and that's what that's got.
Right on. Yeah, we were wrapping up a podcast. So yeah, if you want to catch me online, Mr Budget Pedal Chap, that is me. It is Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube/Budget Pedal Chap. YouTube is the home of the No Talk or Tone series. I occasionally throw out the Pickpocket series as well. And if you really want to catch even more, you can go on Pedal Boards of Doom as well. I feature on there quite a bit. And Matt, you are _Matt Q at Twitch, at Twitter, at Instagram.
Yeah.
Bad Bookers podcast as well.
Yeah, which I believe returns this Sunday after its hiatus.
Woo!
I believe, which is possibly this Sunday just gone, or maybe this Sunday after this podcast.
it will return one Sunday. A little bit like an unnamed deity of a quite large organised religion. He returned on a Sunday, I think. Yeah, that'll do us for this week. So yeah, from myself, Mr Budget Pedal Chap. From Mr Matt Quine. Say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Whee! It will be a tatty bye and a good night for this week. Ta-ra a bit.
Bye. Oh yeah, and the Lord said unto John, "Come forth and receive eternal life." But John came fifth and won a toaster.
Hey, I love that joke. That's brilliant. That'll do.